This is for, it's called Ama, the Pearl Diver of Okinawa. These women fascinate me still, and it's haiku-ish. It's not a haiku, but haiku-ish. Winter's ice embrace transforms flesh to ivory encased. Autumn harvest night, silent hunt, fiery breath, dragon wife. Spring's blossoms wither, your fingertips along polished shell linger. Nude beware the burn of summer's fire, pearls gleam and you return. Naked and scarred in the torrent and the tides, you return and remember that. Before your captivity and capture, before the bombs and the shame, we heard your call, we knew your name, muffled by the wall of water. Watashi no namae wa, watashi no watashi. Okay, so I lived in Germany also for a while on a farm, and I'm born and raised in Southern California, and so I never really connected with the women there. And so I wrote this poem inspired by them, and it did actually help me understand them better. Now I wish I could go back and maybe be a little nicer. But it's called Ich kann die ganze Welt von hier aus sehen. And what that means, I can see the whole world from here. And it was in a little town called Rheintal. The women of Rheintal have lived in the same 11 houses for 1,000 winters. Solid, sturdy Bavarian frames, stranded on a frozen sea. Outsiders like me are not welcomed here. There is no need for my skills, no time for poetry, no tolerance for whimsy. The days here demand decorum and duty. These women who remain here while they sent their husbands, lovers, fathers, brothers, sons off to die or disappear in wars that last 1,000 winters, spend the short days tending to the business of life, shoveling the snow, feeding the animals, milking the cows, harvesting honey, cooking, sewing, washing clothes, and hanging them all out to dry. Billowing white giant sheets blowing in the wind, rigid, useless sails, reminders that their voyages stopped before they could even start, because winter's breath decides to paralyze instead of propel. For 1,000 winters, the women of Rheintal have planted and sown, reaped and harvested, have tended to the tiniest roots, and climbed to the highest masts of the apple trees, where they look out over the horizon and see as much of the world as they ever will. I guess this is Women Around the World Night because, yeah, that's what's going on here. This next poem was inspired by some women that I met in Africa. I worked there for a while also on a small island country called the Federal and Islamic Republic of the Comoros. And this is inspired by my experiences on the beach there. I appreciate the beauty of the nude female form. I appreciate the joy and freedom of swimming naked in the ocean, water and sun worshiping our curves. I guess I did get sexual. Okay, I can't be helped, I guess. Like sand across the dunes, but there is a time and a place, and here and now is not it. Friday afternoon in front of the mosque. The French women call me prude, puritaine, when I suggest that their topless sunbathing might be better suited for another location or time. Their condescending eyes confirm when I cover my own head with a lesso, and the Comorian women call me Dada Rafiki, that means sister friend. Right. And I submerge myself in the Indian Ocean, fully clothed, with women named Fatima, Amal, and Nasreen. We drift out past the breakers until the weight of our soaking clothes drags us to the bottom of the ocean, where we walk and play underwater along the seabeds for silent hours, carrying our weightless burdens along with us, until we finally reach the shore, dragging ourselves out of the water like our primordial ancestors, gasping for air, yearning for a life on land. Here where the shore's fingertips caress the sand, here between earth and sky, between civilization and nature, I can see our true beauty, washed up on shore, glimmering in the moonlight. In a mosque we are allowed to enter, in a temple without veils, in a church where our communion is welcome. Alright, so I'll shift a little bit to, I guess this has to do with food. and animals. I noticed the animal theme. There's always kind of a theme that comes up, so I like that. So these next two will be kind of animal themes. This one is called "Oh Give Me a Home," watching free-range cattle at twilight in Central California. Just driving along the highway. All right. Enjoy these lingering sunsets. Enjoy this fleeting pasture that spreads out like a tattered quilt upon which those giant, gentle, sleeping camels of windswept hills rest their hidden heads, their fur as warm and wily as yours, thickets of dried grass weeping in the breeze, quietly mourning the brand that burns your haunches and the red dot, the bullseye, painted in the center of your forehead, announcing your fate. It's very sad. All right. This is inspired on the same trip. This is called The Rainbow's End. Years from now, your grandchildren will see what you dream of this last night of hunger during the passage from Belfast, across a sea of storms and slave bones. Phosphorescent corn bursting from husks, rose-colored tomatoes bouncing out of crates like giant rubber balls, pistachios and almonds raining silently from leafy boughs, lettuce heads blossoming open like gardenias, grapefruits the size of cannonballs and oranges as sweet as your grandmother's final tears, rolling out of the trees, swimming into the mouth of the delta, washed down with the precious nectar of the California aqueduct. Years from now, your granddaughter will feel that enchanted sense of deja vu, and you will try to explain to her, through the whispers in the grass, that she is living the vision of the dream you had that last night on the ship, when you had nothing in your stomach except a moldy crust of bread, and nothing in your heart